Lesson 12.8, Problem Solving Data Displays. Essential question. How can you use strategy to draw a diagram to solve problems involving data? Unlock the problem. The 32 students in the history club are researching their family histories so they can draw family trees. The data set at the right shows the numbers of aunts and uncles the students have. What is the most common number of aunts and uncles among the students in the club? Use the graphic organizer to help you solve the problem. What do I need to find? I need to find the most common number of aunts and uncles among students in the club. The most common number in the data is mode. So what happens, or what piece of data, what number is the most, occurs the most. That's how I remember it. Mode is most. What information do I need to use? I need to use the number of aunts and uncles. Aunts and uncles. Each student has from the table. How will I use the information? I can draw a diagram that shows the frequency of each value in the data set. A good way to show the frequency of each value in a data set is a dot plot. So to draw a dot plot. Make a dot plot of the data. So solve the problem. So what we're going to do is we need to look at this graphic organizer up here at the top. We have the table and it says number of aunts and uncles. So we need to go through, and honestly probably the easiest way is one row at a time, just like we have been doing throughout the chapter. So let's go through the numbers and let's plot each number. So 4, 3, 2, another 4, 5, 7, 0, 3. Cross it out because I've already used it. Okay, 1, 4, 2, 4, 6, 3, 5, 1. Cross that out. Okay, 2, 5, 0, 6, 3, 2, 4, and 5. And then the last one is 4, 1, 3, 0, 4, 2, 8, and 3. Okay, now, I know that's probably could look a little bit better, but now all the numbers are plotted. Use the plot to determine the mode. So what number happens the most? That would be the tallest stack. Okay, so use the plot to determine the mode. The mode is the data value with the most dots. The data value with the most dots is, just look at the chart, would be 4. Try another problem. The table shows the attendance for the Pittsburgh Pirates last 25 home games of the 2009 baseball season. What percent of the games were attended by at least 25,000 people? So the first thing we need to do, again, is we need to look at the graphic organizer that is given to us. And here we have a table. So what do I need to find? Okay, what do I need to find? I need to find the percent of all the games that at least 25,000 people attended. Okay? This is where I got that from. What percent of the games were attended by at least 25,000 people? You just find what you're looking for, rewrite the question, and write it into the box. What information do I need to use? I will use the attendance data given in the table. How will I use the information? I will pick intervals for the data, find the frequency for each interval, and use the frequencies to make a histogram. I will use the information from the histogram to find the percent. Okay, now what we need to do is the bottom part. So this is going to take a little bit of time. It's not hard, but it is time consuming. So please bear with me while I do the example so you can see how your problems will look for today. So the first thing that you're going to do is you're going to kind of create a graph just like above. Okay? We're going to look at the above graph and we have to make it into frequencies. So I'm going to draw a box that looks like this. I'm going to cut it in half. Okay, this is going to be attendance. So these are the intervals, and I'm going to do intervals of 10 to 14, 15 to 19, 20 to 24, 25 to 29, 30 to 34, and then 35 to 39. Okay, now frequencies. So the frequency is how frequent or how many times it happens. So we need to look back up at the top, and anything that falls between 10 and 14 we need to account for here. So let's start doing that. 13, 12, 1, 2, 3. There it is, and there's 4. There's 4 numbers that are between 10 and 14. Now let's look at the next interval, 15 through 19. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 11. Now 20 to 24. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And there are 5. 25 to 29. 1, 2, 3. 30 to 34. There's 1. And then 35 to 39, there's 1. Okay, so that part is finished. Now, we can look here to see what our answer is going to be, or we can go ahead and we can create a histogram. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a histogram, but I'm also going to show you how to find it the other way. So what we're looking at is 25,000 people or more. So what percent of the games were attended by at least 25,000 people? Okay. So 25,000 people and above would be this section. Okay. This would be 25 through 39. So if we count these up, we get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. Now, if we count up the number of games, we're going to go back to this table up at the top, and we're going to count how many that there are. So there's 5 here and 5 here, columns and rows, and multiplying those together, and there's 25 squares. So my denominator here needs to be 25. Okay, so I'm going to move this over. 5 of 25 games, there were 25,000 people or more. Now, I need to take 5 over 25 and I need to make it into a percentage now. And remember how we did this before. If we had 25 on the bottom, we know 25 is a factor of 100. So I say to myself, what do I need to multiply 25 by to get to 100? And I know it's 4. 25 times 4 is 100. 5 times 4, we do the same to the top as we do to the bottom. 5 times 4 is 20. So we have 20 over 100, which is equal to 20%. So there's your answer without the histogram. Now, if we go ahead and create a histogram, we need to make a graph. We need to make 2 sides that look like that. Attendance needs to be on the bottom with your intervals, and then your frequency needs to be on the side. Remember, the difference between a histogram and a bar graph is that a histogram does not have any spaces. So at the bottom, you're going to write your intervals in just from your graph. So 20 to 24, 25 to 29, 30 to 34, and then 35 to 39. Okay? And then you have 0, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. Okay. And then you're going to look back at your graph and you're going to look what represents. So let's look back. 10 to 14, there's 4 people. And we're looking right here. So we're looking here. So in the attendance section portion that is 10 to 14, we're going to shade it up until we get to 4. Okay. Okay. Then we're going to look back at our graph. 15 to 19, there's 11. This one gets shaded all the way up to 11. So do not leave a space. You take it straight up between the 10 and the 12. And then you shade it in. Go back. 20 to 24, we have 5 games. So this time we need to shade here. It's kind of hard to write in a straight line with the highlighter pen. And then we're going to go back. 25 to 29, we have 3. So we need to go right here between the 2 and the 4. Remember, do not leave spaces. Okay, go back. 30 to 34, we have 1. And then 35 to 39, we have 1. You should be able to remember 2 of those and get those finished. So we only go up 1 for both of those. And that is what your histogram should look like. And if you need to, you can kind of separate them with a line. Just remember, don't separate them totally. Okay. Then you would be able to easily see what has the most frequencies, what has the least, and be able to answer questions based upon your histogram. So at the bottom, you're going to say, so 20% of the last 25 home games were attended by at least 25,000 people. Sharons Show. Number 1, the table shows the number of goals scored by the Florida Panthers National Hockey League team in the last 20 games of the 2009 season. What was the most common number of goals the team scored? So we're looking here at this table. First, draw a dot plot of the data. Next, use the dot plot of the data to answer the questions that are here for you. So we're going to look here. We have 1, 3, 3, 2, 1, 1, 2, 2, 2, 1. Those are there. The next section is 4, 5, 1, 3, 3, 3, 0, 2, 4, and 2. Those are there. Next, use the plot to find the mode of the data. The value 2 appears 6 times. So the most common number of the goals the Panthers scored was 2. Number 2, draw a histogram of the hockey data. Use it to find the percent of the goals or of the games in which the Panthers scored more than 3 goals. So frequency, goals. And then look, here's a show your work place where you can show some of your math to figure out your percentage. Okay, so I'm going to have 0 to 1 goal, 2 to 3 goals, 4 to 5 goals at the bottom. And then the frequency is going to start at 0 and go up to 12. I'm actually going to erase this and rewrite it. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. Okay, 0 to 1. There are, I'm going to go up here and I'm going to count them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I'm going to shade this up to the 6 and over and down. 2 to 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Go up to 11. Over and down. 4 to 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. Halfway between 2 and 4. Over and down. Okay? Now, the question is, use it to find the percent of the games in which the Panthers scored more than 3 goals. So we're going to look between 4 and 5. So because it says more than 3, so it would not count the middle section. So we're going to look at 4 and 5, which is 3. So our numerator is 3, and our denominator is how many numbers appear in the top table. So how many times did they take information down? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So there's 2 rows of 10. 10 times 2 is 20. So 20 is our denominator. We're going to multiply 20 by 5 because 20 is a factor of 100. Okay? We do the same to the top that we did to the bottom, and we have 15. So we know that 15 over 100 equals 15%. Anything over 100 is the top number in a percentage. So your answer here is 15%. Number 3, use appropriate tools if needed to find the mean of a data set. Which data display, dot plot, or histogram would you choose? Explain your reasoning. So we would choose a dot plot. So you need to add all of the data values to find the mean. So a histogram okay, so a dot plot, you need to add all of the data values to find the mean. A histogram does not show the individual values, but the dot plot does. Okay, and you may get started with on your own.